Okay, everybody, we all want Randy Cunningham to come back, that much is true. But there are a lot of other awesome shows that deserve to have a chance. So if you ever get the extra money up and you feel like owning something super adorable, Makeshift is now selling Giovanni Potage plushes and Bonsai Blaster plushes. And the more that are sold and the higher they go past their goal, the more they have for a budget for Season 2. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. It's on Verve and YouTube, and it's completely free. And it's just a great show, and I think it would deserve a Season 2. Even if you can't buy them, please tell as many people as you can, because this show totally needs to get a Season 2. I need more Giovanni in my life. Sup, Shubes, I'm Gravy Fries, and yeah, like I had on Twitter, I'm going to be discussing my hopes and things I actually want from Randy Cunningham Season 3. I've discussed this with my boyfriend and my brother, but we discussed stuff like the animation, like if they're going to keep that or not. Personally, I mean, I love the animation in the show, but personally, I wouldn't really mind if they changed it, because I actually think it'd be cool. Not much, just, you know, a little less sharp, more smoother, I guess. Maybe something similar to like I had in that one drawing I made in the past. I'll show you guys later, but which is still sharper, but not in the strange way that it's drawn in Vasquez's art. Vasquez's art isn't bad, the eyes get me. And I now realize I probably sound like a complete douchebag right now. His art's great, don't get me wrong. The animation, I really enjoyed it, and the art style is neat. I just wouldn't mind if they changed it, because I do think that with the way Randy Cunningham is, an art style change wouldn't be that big of a deal unless it was something like a serious makeover. We're talking anime or live action. Now that would totally catch me off guard, and I would not like it. I would not like it at all. I've seen some people mention they want the show to get darker. I mean, that's fine for you. There's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, everybody has different tastes. But I can tell you right now, unless they hire somebody else and not Jen Scott, it's not going to change. With the way the show was and how they were at the studio, they wanted the show to have a happy-go-lucky, cheerful atmosphere. They wanted it to be fun. And they had a lot of fun making it. It was essentially a continuing party when the show was on air. So if it does continue, yeah, no, they're totally just going to keep things the way they are, or to what it used to be as physically possible, if, like I said, they still have everything archived at Disney, which I'm pretty sure they do, because they have a vault full of their stuff. I'm just wondering how it's gonna go. Like, how are they going to discuss this with Disney, and how are they even gonna get Disney to agree to this? Or they're just gonna be like, we'll sell stuff this time. Which, speaking on selling stuff this time, yeah, I need Randy merch. Please sell stuff this time. Preferably a First and Randy Cunningham plushes. I want plushes of that stuff. Make plushes of everybody. Make plushes of the Roboids. Make plushes of the Robot Frogs. I love the Robot Frogs. I love the Robot Frogs. They're so cute. I love them and their cute little faces and the big eyes. The big eyes only work on them because frogs have big eyes naturally. I'm not here to talk about frogs. Yeah, I mean, me personally would prefer plushes, but going off what would fit the show and what would probably bring in more money, they'd probably make a ton of action figures to sell to little boys, which, I mean, like I've said before, Jen Scott themselves have stated the show's not meant to be targeted towards little boys, but Disney will probably market it that way again just because it brings more money, which I'm fine with as long as the show can continue. Then market it that way if it brings money in. If it keeps the show going and they're bringing more money in than they're taking out, then yeah, go for it. On the cast, everybody did a fantastic job in Randy Cunningham. They all did a great job with the role they were given. Also thinking about the fact they had, like, I can't remember exactly how many, but there was like 20-something guest stars they had in the show. I'm pretty sure that's where the budget went, and my theory is that part of the reason why the show got canceled, or heavily why it got canceled, was due to budget. Like, they were spending way too much money. And I think part of that was from guest stars. So if they're gonna make sure the show actually lasts this time and doesn't get, like, completely cut off, they're gonna have to watch the budget. Even if that's not the reason the show got canceled, they have to watch the budget this time. So I mean, unless they say no, I feel like they'll ask them anyway, but I don't think everybody will say yes to coming back. That, or there'll just be some people that can't bring back due to budget issues. I mean, I want them to come back. It's just thinking of it in a business way, it just doesn't seem likely. Because trying to think of this in the most realistic way possible that the show can continue, there's just no way they can hire all these people back and not expect it to take way too much money that's just gonna cost the show's life again. Like, it's too much of a risk, really. Which makes me kind of sad to think about, because, like, I realize one of the ones that could be at risk, obviously it's going to be the ones that are super expensive to get. Like, John DiMaggio, which is the guy that voiced McFist, is worth $55 million. So, there's a low chance he would come back if they do cut the budget. I'm pretty sure Randy and Howard's will come back, because Ben Schwartz is worth about $3 million, which is still good, but, you know, it's lower than the others. And Howard's is worth a couple thousand, Andrew Caldwell. Kevin David Richardson, I think, was worth like $1 million or a couple thousand. I can't remember. I checked his, but it was like a second. It was just to answer a question somebody had. Now Joel McHale's the one I'm worried about the most. I loved his job as the Namacon in First Ninja, but the man's worth $14 million. That's not as much as McFist. No way. But still, that's worth a lot. And you're thinking, you probably heard some big numbers. No, you haven't heard nothing yet. Okay, the Creep had one line at the end of the series, right? One single line. He had one line. Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell was the guy who voiced him. Guess how much Bill Campbell's worth? $500 million. What? I mean, look, his voice for the Creep fits perfectly. I'm not gonna lie, but that's a lot of money for one line. I mean, they probably figured we're getting canceled anyway, let's go all out. But if that's the case, why did they switch out Hera Heidland, who voiced Teresa? I mean, the other girl was pretty good, but she didn't fit Teresa. Sarah Hyland is Teresa. I'm getting emotional, but that's okay, because I'm pretty sure this is what you wanted to hear anyway. This is what YouTube's about. You get emotional and get upset about things, right? That's what it is. Unless, I mean, Twitter's worse, but still. And then you've got all these other actors, like, they're cool, and yeah, they're worth stuff, and I realize, like, there's a low chance they'll come back. They have more of a chance than Bill freaking Campbell. $500 million for a single man. What did he do? Land on the moon, find gold, and save a bunch of kids who were sick? I mean, if he did, that's a 10 out of 10. Like, what gave him this worth? I want to know. I'm probably going to look this up now. A tiny kid show has got me invested in a man's career and why he's worth $500 million for one line. Okay, back to things that we don't know yet. So, merchandise. Yeah, I think they'll make a lot of figures, but I mean, that's just thinking financially speaking, that would be the best way to market it. I want plushes. I want plushes of everything. Give me a plush of Exist Industries. I mean, that's stupid, but I'll buy it. The thing with Randy is I have this thing, if it has Randy's face on it, I'll buy it. If they had Randy underwear, I'd probably buy it. Which I know is, I know I have an obsession. I have a problem. I can quit anytime I want. That's why I can. I mean, posters would be cool. They have posters for the Comic-Con, which I still want one so bad. Okay. Get out of this. And for those wondering, wait, there's actual merchandise. There's some. There's a hat you can find, which I actually found that. I was lucky enough to find a hat. It was like $50 on eBay. There's a hat that says So Hawk and Cool on it. It's a trucker hat. There's an official magazine you can get. I've actually linked to it before. I'll try to find it again and link to it in the description. But yeah, it's an official magazine that discusses Randy. It has some pretty cool stuff in it. By the way, if you want to know about that, but you can't find the book or they're sold out for some reason, Animation Magazine, I might have a video explaining all that, and I can send you the scans. You know, that'd be in my channel too. You can check that out. So promotion. There was two that was, I mean, I've never seen anybody else other than people who worked on the show own it. There's a beanie that Nick Polio, sorry, Nick, wore, and there's Randy Cunningham underwear, and apparently another version of the poster that was before season 2. I don't know where it came from. I just saw it right beside Jed Elenoff, or Scott Thomas, who was just like strutting his stuff, showing off the underwear. Sure, dang it, what was the other merch? Oh yeah, there were bracelets. I haven't made You know those like rubber bracelets you see that they give out that's super easy to find? These are not easy to find. I want one, but like, I know there's more, I just can't think of it. I think that's it for the stuff you can actually find, or at least there's a chance you can find, because there was actually 2 times I found the hat. The first time it was like $24, but in the span of about maybe half an hour it was sold. So yeah, if you do find these things, sadly you're gonna have to take your chance. You're gonna have to be quick with it, and I hate to say that, but I mean, you know, let's look at the positives here. When the show comes back, they're definitely gonna want to market it, like if they had budget problems, like I said, so there could be a lot of merchandise. I mean, I truly believe there'll be at least a little bit. The Nomicon, I forgot about the freaking Nomicon. Yeah, there's a Hawk and Nomicon you can get. I got that as well. My amazing and Bruce grandmother immediately bought it for me, because like I said, you have to get it immediate, because it like sells in the first 24 hours. She got it for me that night when I found it, and just said like, well, I know you like the show a lot, so I'll buy it for you. And I was like, you're the man, Grandma! And then my awesome parents helped me get up the money to get the hat. So I love them very much as well. Oh, and they got me a cup. The cup's not actually official. I just wanted to brag about my parents because they're awesome. And for those who want the cup, it and a bunch of other Randy stuff. If you can't find the official stuff and you don't want to rush like you're in a freaking auction house, Redbubble makes a lot of fan products you can get. Anyway, I would prefer like plushes and preferably a DVD set. Let's be honest with ourselves, we all want a DVD set. That would be fantastic. I would love to own this show on DVD. It'd be great. I don't want to have to be concerned that every time I log into my YouTube something's going to happen. I'm going to be like, no, I want to see the entire show. Nah. And I know what you're thinking, well, what about Disney Plus? You can't always pay for all these like TV medias, because that's not the only one I'm buying. I'm buying Hulu and Netflix, DC for my brother because he's a huge fan of that. I know some hero stuff. The point is, I want to keep the show. So yes, a DVD set would be fantastic. I would love to own the show on DVD with special features and stuff. And yeah, I'm getting off topic again, but I mean that's what you're here for, right? My random ramblings, because that's me. If any of you are big One Punch Man fans, the first season had a limited edition set. I like to just like set it in my stand and make it look pretty. But I would love if they did something like that with Randy. That'd be really freaking cool. I think everybody would agree with me that that'd be honking awesome if they do a DVD set where like you actually get some special stuff with it. Dude, what if they made a DVD set that like had Jed and Scott's autographs in it, or like some kind of cool art? Ooh, or what if it came with like a fake ninja sword? Or your own ninja mask, like a fake ninja mask that you can put on, or something. Or just a book like the One Punch Man one. Because I would love a book just describing information from Jim Martin, Nick Colio, John O'Brien, Jed Elenoff, Scott Thomas, just from everybody about their work on the show and stuff. I would love something like that. I would totally pay full price for a book with just a bunch of reviews from the people who work on the show. Okay? It would just be awesome. And for those asking, I've seen a bunch of people, I've been too busy lately to answer it. People said, oh, where'd you get that Randy plush? Or, oh, I want that Randy plush so bad. That was a plush somebody made and then sold to someone. It's been off from being sold for years. It got sold a long time ago. I was just kind of going off that one meme where they're like, oh, don't turn me into a marketable plushie, and then they unholy screeching when it happens. But for those, like, questioning it, because they're probably thinking, but I've seen you with a Randy plush, that one was made by my mom. Yeah, she made me that. My dad helped. Again, I love my parents. They feed into the obsession, but I love my little Randy plush. And I mean, I'm sorry to everybody else. If I knew how to sew and I could actually mail them, I would. With love interests, some people have mentioned, like, is he going to end up with Teresa still or not? They're definitely not the type to go back on their word. They may tell people to let them know that they're changing it, so that people don't think they're going back on their word. They'll know for a fact, like, hey, we're letting you know up front we're changing it. Or they'll probably just, you know, answer the question if somebody tells them to let them know. They're not just going to keep that secret. They're good people. The people who work on the show are really good people. And I can tell you right now, they would not go back on their word. And hey, if any of y'all watching, I'm sorry if I've annoyed you with that. It's just so nice to meet you guys and see just how nice you are. It's nice to know my favorite show was created by some very down-to-earth and humble people. And I hope you guys are doing a lot better. I know some stuff's been going on lately with this pandemic and just life in general. I pray for you guys. I hope you're doing better with life. I hope life's going a lot better for you. All of y'all. I'm talking about all of y'all. But yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't think they're going to change it. I don't see Randy as the type they'd want to add a lot of romance, so I doubt they'd want to change it anyway. They'd probably just stick to what's, like, the fastest solution, which would just be to stick to what they have, because they already built up him and Teresa in the show. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Like, watching it, you can tell in Ninja Identity. You know, I mean, she hugged him and he said, "You smell like rainbows." You can't get any more blatant than that. But if you really want to push it, in The Brawn Also Rises, I mean, literally their entire interaction showed they had an awkward crush on each other. It's great. Really, the best I can explain is just, I want them to focus on the 8 realms, and from Anonymous, I've learned a lot of stuff they were going to do. Anonymous has helped me immensely with the comic. The comic's still coming. I'm just waiting till we get some kind of information on what they're going to do with the show, so I know what to not do and do with my comic. But I love the Shadow Warrior and what they were doing with him. He's a cool character, and I wish they would have shown him. And I'm concerned that they'll change it for surprise. I don't want to say what it is, because that'll just make it even more concrete to change what they had planned for him. But to make a long story short, Anonymous explained they had a lot planned for this guy. But what the information they've given me, and just what was planned for the Shadow Warrior, is fantastic. And I don't want to explain it, because I'm praying and hoping every single night they keep the plan they had. There's a bunch of stuff that I realize some of it will change, but that's the thing I don't want to have changed. Please, dear God. Well, that and a few other things that, again, I don't want to explain, because that'll just make them want to change it more. I had stuff for the 8 realms. I know they're gonna focus on it. Like, that was in the freaking tweet, so that tells you that's gonna be their main focus. And I have no idea what they have planned for the realms. I know what I had planned. I don't know what they have planned, and I'm scared. I'm scared and excited. I want them to surprise me there. See, in that sense, I don't know what they had planned. Like, Anonymous told me a few things, but none of it was concrete, and it was very, like, thin. But, dude, what in God's name do they have planned? That's like the first thing they mention in the tweet when the show's supposed to come back. You know it's got to be something big for them to do that. So, all I can imagine is whatever is in those other 8 realms is going to be amazing. And for those trying to, be concerned, like, are you going to do anything with the 9 realms of the comic? Yeah, I am, actually. I was going to do something pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty proud of it. Some of my best work, I think, for writing, which, yeah, if you didn't know, I actually have other comics that I made that are my own original stories. They're not doing well right now, but I'm hoping I eventually can get them off the ground. Angel of Fire and Space Hotel. Space Hotel's for kids. If you're really young, do not go into Angel of Fire. If you're over 18, then yeah, I'd recommend Angel of Fire. If you're a kid, please don't go into Angel of Fire. Sweet God, there is some dark stuff in there. It's supposed to be one of my more mature stories. Space Hotel's for you if you're a kid, though. Super funny. It's supposed to be like Wander Over Yonder, but with more humans. Speaking on the 8 realms, though, I had a plan, and to make a long story short, yeah, they go in the realms. They go in the realms for a whole year, and some crazy stuff happens. It's actually a huge plot point in my comic, and I still want to do it. I just don't know how. I know I'll have to change it slightly, but I'm hoping whatever they do won't make me have to change it too much. It's not that, I'll appreciate what they do. I just realize it's probably going to contradict immensely with what I had planned, which is fine, I mean, the show's coming back. I'm not complaining. The show's coming back. Because apparently I was so stubborn, which is as stubborn as 2 mules, as my boyfriend has said, that I worked my butt off to promote a show and talk about it, got more people talking about it, and now it's back from the dead. Not just me, we all revived it. We grabbed it by the foot, as a team, and yanked it out of there. But I couldn't, none of this could have happened without you guys. Like, I'm one woman. You guys helped me push this. We all started promoting it and talking about the comic, making memes again, talking about the show. I mean, we literally brought Randy back with our own 2 hands, and I think that's something to be proud of. So, give yourself a pat on the back wherever you are. You know, give yourself a cookie if you have a cookie. I don't have cookies. I couldn't give them to you. I'd try if I could, but I can't give you cookies. I don't have cookies. Now on plot, some people have mentioned the Tengu being a villain. I mean, I was on that boat before, but Anonymous explained that they just don't think they ever considered it a villain, more as like an assist. If I'm talking about ideas, which I realize this one probably won't happen because literally everyone and their grandma I've heard talk about this. I want Howard to have like something he can use to help Randy. Yeah, totally have the Tengu. Just take the Tengu out of the stone. Let it fly up his butt whenever Randy really needs help. I think Randy should, not like a new Norrisville 9, because, like, everybody loves a Norrisville 9, and I understand that, the idea for a new Norrisville 9 out of students from the freaking, like, school, but, I mean, honestly, I don't think that would work too well, because usually the show works in twos, but I feel like it could still work if, my throat's getting sore from all this talking, I feel like it'd still work if it was just a minor, you know, difference, like just maybe 2-3 people, you know, maybe like a group of 4. We already have Howard, so I don't see why adding 2 more would hurt. I would love more First Ninja. If I'm being completely honest, I would love more First Ninja, just all First Ninja, all day, every day. I'm a First Ninja girl, you know. Yeah, this is what happens when you get me started. I just talk for hours on end until my throat decides you need to quit, but I don't quit. It never quits. No, all seriousness, with the First Ninja thing, I want him to come back. I want to see more with him, but I doubt they'll do it. And I wish there was some way I could get them to see this and realize how much I need more First Ninja in my life. I need to have him there training Randy so he doesn't get himself killed, because let's be honest with ourselves, if First Ninja or Howard wasn't there, Randy would be dead already. The boy would have died. There's just no way around that. The chapter villains, I'll talk about that and then I'll have to end this because my throat genuinely wants to stop now. Yeah, the chapter villains, for those who don't know, there was supposed to be 9 villains, 1 for each chapter, which basically means a new brother, which, again, sadly tells me there won't be much first, if at all, because the first chapter's over, and that was the First Ninjas chapter. But, yeah, like I said, you know, like everybody's thinking, who's gonna be the next villain? Who's gonna be the next chapter villain? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't freaking know. Originally, I believe Anonymous said it was gonna be the Sorceress. I don't know who it's gonna be now. I'm excited to figure that out. I really am. I have some villains planned for my comic, but I'm honestly thinking whatever they have planned probably gonna be crazier than mine, because mine was going off what they had planned and whatever little things I could add in, like to fill holes that was never filled because they never got the chance to fill them. But like, maybe they'll bring the Sorceress back. I doubt that. I feel like now they just want to focus on newer villains, newer baddies that are a lot more threatening. Which, I mean, do you blame them? The show's been dead for 5 years and has the chance to come back. They're gonna want to make a good impression. Yeah, I know I ran it for like an hour. That's all I've got this time. I realize it took a while for this video, but like I said, I've just been busy lately. I hope this answers your guys' like need to figure out what I want and stuff. Just plushes, preferably a DVD set. Definitely want more on the Realms. Dear God, please don't change your plans for the Shadow Warrior. Okay, well, I'll see you shoots later.